So I was at work the other day, scrolling YouTube like I normally do, and I came across this video. And the moment I heard it, I had to stop it and hit save for watch later so I can react to it, right? It's from Good Game, bro. One of them bigger channels that be doing the college football 27. He always got good news and info. I be watching his shit all the time, right? But he had made the first point he made, boom, I instantly stopped it. I'm about to go ahead, start it back up. Come on, tap in with me. Let's see what Buddy got to say. He bringing up some valid points. It's about things that college football 27 is still missing. Now, for me personally, I could think of two off the top of my head. First one being, we need a spring game, you feel me? Like, I would love the chance to see how we looking before we get into a season, bro. Like, just more depth would always good with me. And then my second biggest gripe, why the fuck can we not move these players to the NFL once they graduate, you feel me? If we could transfer our class over to Madden, bro, that shit will give me a reason to play Madden. I really don't, so I be buying that shit for no reason just because it come with the bundle. But yeah, let's go ahead and jump into this video.
College Football 27 might be the best entry the series has really ever put out. The presentation is sharp, the gameplay feels very good, and the Dynasty mode has so many quality of life adjustments. But there's still a real gap between the game we got and the one that a lot of people in the community are still asking for. And I've spent real time with this game, and for every feature that made me sit up and clap, there was still one that I kept waiting for that never really showed up. Maybe 13 of them to be exact.
See, I only had
two. Quality of life.
Buddy
a couple of
these
would
13.
probably change the way we play Dynasty forever. And there's one sitting in number 1 that would turn this series into something people play for the next decade. I'm confident in that. And to be truthful with you, I kept this list realistic on purpose because every feature on here is something that I feel like EA could reasonably build within a normal dev cycle, because some of what people demand is a whole lot harder than what it actually looks. I mean, take the real stadiums that teams already play in. People want those to be expanded and customizing those, but doing that, whether it's adding new decks and sections to the actual venue, it's a massive undertaking. And
I gotta admit, the fact that we can edit our stadiums in Team Builder, bro, that's a game changer. I'm getting tired of playing in somebody else's crib. You coming to my crib. I just joined the fucking custom team dynasty. Y'all coming to the yak, gang. Y'all playing in the yak. Fuck you talking about. But yeah, I love that they did that. I'm sorry. I be getting sidetracked.
Has nothing to do with the Team Builder Stadium Creator, which is a completely separate system. Or maybe it's putting every real FCS team in the game, which would swallow a whole dev cycle on its own with the different assets and jerseys and stadiums that would have to.
Smart founders know something most people miss. Get your domain name even if you're not ready to launch your business. With Wix, you can grab
to be created. And to be fair, those are things that I want too. They're just not going to happen in one summer. So with that being said, everything on this list is the realistic kind of missing, the kind that there's no good excuse for. Let's get into it. At number 13, we have real in-game updates. Now, in College Football 27, there is a little bit of an in-game.
Hey, now I know Madden at halftime they do the cuts to the other games, bro. If we had that in Dynasty, if I could go in there, play my game on the online league and see somebody else highlights from a different game within my game, bro, the immersion would be out of there. They can do it, you feel me? They did it in Madden, so hopefully it's only a matter of time for it to come to CFB. But maybe it's that thing that they trying to entice people, another reason for them to entice people to come play Madden. I don't know.
That shows you some of the players and the information and the scores and the stats, but we want more. There's no replay or highlight. There's no real sense that you just missed something incredible or that it just happened and making it feel like breaking news. Older NCAA titles used to cut away and show you that the upset has happened, and we had a version of this over a decade ago. So what we have now feels similar to that, but with so much time passing and considering what Madden has at their halftime show, we need more. I mean, imagine logging into your online dynasty and the game serves you a 30-second highlight reel of the field goal that another user just hit to knock off the #1 team in the nation.
You feel me? Imagine the #1 team, the #1 player in the dynasty, bro, ain't lost the game. Finally fucking lose. Wouldn't you love to see those highlights within your game?
with real upsets and real plays pulled from real games happening inside your league. It's kind of the difference between reading that an earthquake happened and feeling the ground move. But if a missing highlight reel is frustrating, I think the next one strips an entire side of the sport out of the game. At number 12, I think College Game Day and a true selection Saturday
I've
is
never
much
even
needed.
thought about
EA
the College
leaned
Game
so
Day
hard in their
part.
presentation this year, and a lot of it lands incredibly well. So it's strange that
Imagine Pat McAfee at the beginning of your games out there giving the students money to punt and shit before the game. Or either they got all different type of challenges. I don't know, you feel me? But that shit'd be hard.
two biggest broadcast moments in the sport are kind of nowhere to be found. Imagine College Game Day rolling into your campus the week of a huge matchup, the set, the signs behind the desk, the energy of the crowd. When your program earns that spotlight in Dynasty, it should feel like a big accomplishment. And Selection Saturday should also be an event. The bracket reveal, the bubble team sweating, your team's name popping up on the board with the seed next to it.
Personally,
Instead,
I'll probably
the playoff
always
field
get
just
the
sort of
selection
appears
after the
like the
first
bracket
time.
filled itself out while you weren't looking. These are the moments that really add suspense and make the season
I don't
feel
know,
like a
depending
season.
on how I
And
feel
speaking
in
of
the
things that the
moment.
game hands you without letting you touch them,
It'll be
let's
dope
talk
to
about
have it
control.
in there.
At number 11, I have create a prospect and the ability to edit your recruiting classes, because
I don't know what the hell I was thinking. Bro, if we could do that, that's some 2K shit right there. You importing classes as you go. I mean, I get it. People with the NIL. Oh, I don't get that shit. Bring it. Come on, EA.
in Madden, you can edit a draft class, you can build a player, tweak the talent coming in, and shape the future of the league. It's a tool that commissioners and solo players lean on pretty constantly. And in College Football 27, they don't really give you any of that. You can't create a prospect like you could in the old days. You cannot edit the class your dynasty generates. If the game decides a weak class is coming down the pipe, you just kind of have to live with it. And for a series that's built entirely on recruiting, it's a pretty strange omission. The tools exist in the building next door, so why can't we have them here? At number 10, we have real commissioner tools, because if you've ever run an online dynasty,
I don't play Madden. I didn't even know that was a thing in Madden. That's crazy. If they got it in Madden, then come on, bring it to college football. That's not going to entice me to play Madden, bro.
you kind of know the pain. A user rage quits, a score comes in wrong, the game glitches in some capacity, the playoff rankings spit out something that just genuinely makes no sense, and you as a commissioner, with everyone looking to you, can do almost nothing about it. We need the ability to edit college football playoff rankings when the formula just doesn't get it right. We need transaction logs so you can see what every coach in the league is doing, especially with their players, because there's always some funky stuff, and we need real control over the league we're spending hundreds of hours building. Because if you've ever played in an online dynasty, the people keeping those leagues alive are doing it with essentially one hand tied behind their back. Give them the toolbox, and EA is giving us more.
Hey, every commissioner out there that run leagues the right way, I salute y'all. Y'all some fucking goats, man. I was in the 5th year. That shit dead, but my commissioner ain't a commissioner no more, man. He was one of the best ones I ever had. Shouts out to you, gang.
Feels like each year, but I feel like we've earned more at this point. And number 9, taking players with you when you take a new job. You build a smaller program.
Boy, if you could take some players with you, if I done rebuild up Central Michigan and then I go to MSU, why couldn't I bring my? Ooh, that'd be hard.
Into a contender, you're excited, you're proud of yourself, and you recruited this 2-star quarterback yourself and turned him into the future of your offense, and a blue blood program comes calling with a job that you honestly feel like you can't turn down. In real life, coaches rarely leave empty-handed, especially today. The transfer portal has made sure of that, so a player who broke out under one coach will follow that coach across the country, because that relationship is what developed him in the first place. College Football 28 should let you do the same thing through
LSU shit.
That feeling when you check your bank account and your paycheck's days away. And of course, your calendar.
A coaching skill tree. Sink points into it, and you earn the right to bring a prospect or two along with you when you switch schools. Not the whole roster, just a couple of guys here and there that feel attached to you.
They added loyalty to the game.
And number players. 8, a real high school experience and Road to Glory is needed. Road to Glory right now drops you into a shortened high school stretch. You get a few key moments, and then you're off to college.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I did play Road to Glory last year, and I did see people complaining about this. I really didn't care, man. Like, it is what it is. I was just happy to have high school back, you feel me? I wasn't trying to play them long-ass games anyway, I ain't gonna lie, but I understand that most of the community want it.
And I think it's fine, but it's a sliver of what it could be. Give us the option to play a full high school season if we want to. Let the people who want the grind have that actual grind, and while you're at it, let us play both sides
if it was
of the
an
ball,
option to
because
flip
that's what
on
high
or
school
off,
football is.
that'd
The
be
best
sweet.
athlete on a Friday night might play receiver and corner, but also return kicks. And I think that last part matters a little bit more than it sounds because special teams are missing entirely. And in this sport, if you're a dominant return man and you can do well on the field on the other side, that can help you win the Heisman.
If you in high school, you know if you that guy, you for sure playing special teams, if not both ways, gang. I mean, it's high school. You probably not even getting off the field if you really that guy.
A real path to the trophy, and it just doesn't exist right now. If you let players,
well, you want to get off the field
story for the people who want to get into
when it's time to switch sides.
People who want to earn it, it would go a long way and give the stretch a real payoff. Whether you play the moments or grind a full season, you should be able to earn your way into it.
That just made me think you should be able to play both sides in high school in whichever position. You should be able to receive scholarships at both positions, right? And you should be able to choose where you want to go. Now, imagine if they had that. That should be hard.
High school All-American game. That's the stage where the country's top recruits are out there to first share a field. It's your chance to line up against the next guys who could be your teammates in college, or maybe go against at some point that you're chasing for the next 4 years. That's what turns Road to Glory into a story instead of a formality that you just click through on your way to campus. And a quick moment, if you enjoy videos like this, I drop these each and every single week, especially about games like College Football 27. So if you hit that subscribe button, you can help me be closer to 300,000 subs, which is my goal by the end of this year. And number 7, we have position coaches and owning your role on the staff. EA added support staff this year, and I love that, and it's a real step forward, but it does stop short of where I think we should ultimately be. We need position coaches who specialize, a receivers coach who develops pass catchers fast.
Hey, he on some shit with that one. Halfback coach, quarterback coach, receivers coach, lineman coach. Oh yeah, that'd be some shit. And then you gotta put your they can all have their own little coaching tree or little arc. Oh yeah, that'd be some shit.
A defensive line coach who turns raw 3-stars into disruptors. And it's not just really a fantasy, because look at what Brian Hartline did when he was at Ohio State. He turned the receiver room into an NFL assembly line. 5 first-round wideouts in a handful of years.
Wide receiver,
Columbus kind of the place every elite receiver in the country wanted to be, and people thought before that it might have been LSU. And then USF.
Now imagine if I made MSU like linebacker
really
DBU.
And then there's the second
like
part of it, that if you're an offensive coordinator in an online dynasty, you should just run the offense. Only the offense. And if you're the DC, you should handle the defense and nothing else. And right now, the role doesn't really carry through, or at least give us a toggle for it, because if you want to control it all as an OC or a DC, let them do it. But if you want to just control your side of the ball, let us do it too. And number 6, we have importing and exporting draft classes. I think there are real legal reasons why we haven't gotten this feature really at this point, and maybe we never get it at this point, but NIL really changed the landscape, and the right situation around real players is kind of a minefield, because EA would probably have to do it not just for the college game, but also for Madden, and that means they'd have to spend a significant amount of money at that point. But there is a real version of this that works even in an NIL landscape.
Do it matter if they gotta spend money, as much money as we paying? We paying for a game essentially that could just be updated every year. We get a new release every year, you feel me? I don't give a fuck if they gotta spend more money. Like, it's a business. So from a business standpoint, it makes sense. But from a consumer standpoint, nigga, cough up that bread.
You could let users start a dynasty on randomly generated rosters, or you could let them import a class once the real NIL athletes have cycled out of the game. Give people the export tool and then let the community handle the rest. And honestly, EA is probably not going to love this, but the game is on PC this year. Modders are coming, and if the history is really any guide for us, they are going to build an import and export tool, whether the studio sanctions it or not, the same way they always have for Madden. The EA can build the door or watch people climb through the window.
The community always come
how they
through.
Want to handle that. And number 5, I think with the NIL system, we need to.
I'm gonna go ahead and stop the video right there. Finish watching this on my own time. Go ahead, definitely tap in with Good Game, bro. He be dropping the D's. But as he pointed out, it's a lot of things that EA could bring to this game to just send it over the moon. You feel me? Like, come on, EA. We begging at this point. Give us what we want. Good. If you made it all the way through, thank you. Go ahead, hit the like, subscribe, hype, whatever they do, you feel me? All that good shit. It's your boy, Dope Boy. I'm out.